Attention. Class is now in session. Education, information, informative to oneself. History, past, present.
Can't stop, ma. You ain't got time. Erase my mind, but still I shine, and it gets to me. When thinking about our history, they took away our books. Now everything seems like a mystery. We went from having gold to being sold. Now we fighting for the right to save our souls. Just remember, we still mad ill. They kill Emmett Till. If we all stand together, we create Black Shield.
Education of 146,000 days, 400 years, mysterious tears, scars bound to stay. Culture stolen, reprimanded, names thrown away. Revolutionist movement came because this was bound to change. Chains, shackled, obtained, pronounced slaves. Separation of families and crucified in the rain. Brainwashed to believe there was no hope to attain. Then we staged the war and the victory we have claimed. Black education, artillery, know your history. Because an ignorant soul is only a mystery. One hand, one soul, one stand, one goal. United as one army and divided if we fold. Black shields, new mission. Black shields, one vision. Black shields, reliving. Black shields, the times we living in. Because it was MLK, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and the rest who all paved the way. Digest, materialize, education of our emancipation. Proclamation of our freedom in the sacred pages. Inform yourself of the movement and its many stages. Don't take this biased respect to all different races. Just educate self of all the many different phases. Black shields, black love, must improve our situation.
Can't stop, ma. You ain't got time. Erase my mind, but still I shine, and it gets to me. When thinking about our history, they took away our books. Now everything seems like a mystery. We went from having gold to being sold. Now we fighting for the right to save our souls. Just remember, we're still mad ill. They kill Emmett Till. If we all stand together, we create Black Shield. Can't stop, ma. You ain't got time. Erase my mind, but still I shine, and it gets to me. When thinking about our history, they took away our books. Now everything seems like a mystery. We went from having gold to being sold. Now we fighting for the right to save our souls. Just remember, we're still mad ill. They kill Emmett Till. If we all stand together, we create Black Shield. Cotton fields to the bill, saints in New Orleans. I'm here to tell you about a legacy that has been stolen. Actually, this is a message. If they laugh at me, I spit something that shake their ass about an apathy. My elders told me age 7, get your education. You gotta take it, son, they ain't gonna give you reparations. I did that college shit and now I'm spitting knowledge on another continent. I'm blasting off like I'm a rocket ship. Fred Hampton, Huey P, remember Stephen Biko, Patrice Lumumba and Kwame Nkrumah for the people. Nat Turner, David Hill, even Bobby Seale. I bet Malcolm X and Martin, they dreamed of Emmett Till. Revolution of self, elevate the mind state. Boost up the reading score, down with the crime rate. Clown with the nouns great, profound and it sound great. Marching all in unison until we make the ground shake. One love, one stance, one God, one aim. Reverse mental conditioning until we all become sane. Whenever you say something real, they always coming after you like Dracula. Still say unify the diaspora. Senegal to Detroit, Eskimos and the Haitians. Compton to Berlin, Hawaii to the Bayesians, the Europeans and Asians. Patient, staging a worldwide city. And listen, Black Shield, new mission. Can't stop.
Hey, top of the top real fast, man. Let me tap in with y'all real fast. It's Friday evening. Yeah, to me, I'm gonna just say that much real fast. It's Friday evening. And y'all tapped into the top of the top with King Phillip, where I'm talking about the issues that we see within our own community that nobody is supposed to talk about, that we're not supposed to speak on, none of that stuff. All right, but I'm gonna speak on it. And the thing is, too, I come from the community that I'm talking about. And, the goal is to make these topics, put them on the forefront so that we know what's going on, so that we're not dodging these conversations. The goal is to, if you feel some kind of way about what I'm speaking on, then change the internal so that the external is a reflection of that change that you want to change. Because you holding in all this anger and I can't wait to give Phillip a piece of my mind ain't going to fix your circumstances. That's what it come down to. I didn't have to do a whole lot of research to back up my claims either. Like I said, I come from the community that I'm talking about, and that gives me the credibility to talk on and speak on these issues. I ain't have to go get 100 diplomats. I ain't have to have my PhD, my master's, get 1 million letters after my name, and I ain't have to get all that to speak on these issues because I come from the community that I'm talking about. All right. So yeah, if you got a problem with it, change the internal so the external is a reflection of that. All right, let me do my quick little run through. If you have not done so, go ahead and check out our website, makeachessmove.org. Whenever you can, it's real fly. All right, it's real fly. I'm gonna just say that much. And also, before I jump into all of that even further, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and have y'all let me go ahead and do this one time. One time for the one time. We got our let me make sure I'm still speaking. Yep, good. So we got our luncheon coming up. It's the 19th of this month from 11 to 3 from 11 to 3:30. Goodness, Phillip, get your words out. All right. Come break bread with us. Come check out the play. The youth have put together a play. They casting everybody. They wrote it all. So come check out the luncheon. Come see what we doing with Malcolm and how we moving and grooving with this here Malcolm thing. All right, because this topic is gonna get heavy. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and kick that real fast. Boom. All right. You can catch us on all things social at Macam303. You know what I mean? Facebook.com/Macam303, Instagram.com/Macam303, that Twitter thing.com/Macam303. We got that Pinterest /Macam303. We got our YouTube. And I just found out that we don't need to put the C in there no more. You know what I mean? We don't need to put the C in there no more. You can just go YouTube /Macam303 and it'll get you to where you need to be. All right. Also, do not stop there. Go ahead and I can't send a shout out to the other one no more because that's crazy. But go ahead and stop at Gems for Queens. You know what I mean? Go ahead and stop at Gems for Queens. Get you bedazzled on out and all that other stuff. You know what I mean? Go ahead and holla at my man B at the End Game Associations. All right. And go ahead and holla at Body Love by Tal. You know what I mean? Get you some soaps, get you some lip stuff, you know what I mean? Some chapstick, whatever you want to call it. All right. Just tap in with it. All right. This is where we at. What has brought me here today? I'm calling this show March Madness because for those who know who's in the city, the Crips shine in March. All right. Every day, it's another Crip holiday. All right. They claiming these days on the calendar, you know what I mean? And last year I was extremely disrespectful. All right, I was talking about they claiming, days on the calendar more than they claim they own kids. I was talking about they probably don't even know they kids' shoe sizes, shirt sizes, pen sizes, but they want to claim and bang their hood all day, every day. I was very, very, very disrespectful last year when it came to the Crips. And it's to give y'all a little background, in the community that we're doing this Macam work in is where the Crips reside. That's where I grew up, you know what I mean, on the east side of Denver, where the Crips originate, you know what I mean. So that was a part of my bringing up, you know what I mean. I was immersed into that gang culture, whether it's my family gang banging or selling dope, whatever the case may be. I was right in it as well. You know what I mean? Me being on the outside, want to be a part of that. All right, because that's what I saw, that's what I grew up around and stuff like that. But coming back to it, so March 2nd, 3-2 on the calendar, 3-2. That's Trey Deuce Day. All right, we're gonna give them that. Trey 3-3 is Trey Day. All right. 3-4, March 4th is Trey Full Day. You know what I mean? And Trey 5, so forth and so on. All right. So that's why I call it March Madness. All right. That's why I call it March Madness. And I'm coming out with this topic and I'm having this conversation with the utmost respect. I don't, my goal is not to disrespect anyone who's already immersed into that gang culture and stuff like that. And I'm laughing because I know it's gonna get disrespectful, but I'm trying not. That is not my goal. All right, that is not my goal. I know that I have a way of saying shit that'll get people like, oh, damn, Phillip, I understand what you're saying, but fuck how you saying it makes me want to. You know what I mean? I know this. I know this on, and I'm working on my words. I'm working on how I say stuff. All right. So be patient with me. So it brings me to um so today is Trey Day. All right. I be seeing I'm on the social media, you know what I mean, momentarily. I'm only tapped in on the social media thing just for this business, for the Sir Malcolm thing, getting the word out, you know what I mean, spreading the Malcolm thing, what we doing, how we grooving and stuff like that. That's why I'm onto this social media thing, but I always tend to get soaked into it because I see people posting stuff. I see people posting pictures of their homies and stuff like that. RIP, you know what I mean, who used to bang, all right, and who got killed from banging. All right. And some of the homies that got killed and died and stuff like that as well, they weren't out there doing too good in the streets in the community. I mean, when I say they weren't doing too good, I'm talking about they was out there looking bad, alcoholics type of shit, down on their last dollar, and they homies was not out there looking out for them. But now that they dead, everybody want to send and post a picture, RIP to the homie. You know what I mean? You truly missed out here, like truly missed. Let's not forget where he was at, where these people was at before they had passed. Y'all wasn't doing shit for y'all's homies. Y'all wasn't doing shit for y'all's peoples that was doing bad out here. And again, I'm not just saying this shit because I see this shit. I'm out here. You know, Timber, I see what was going on. So what brought me to this conversation was there's a lot of folks who I've worked with who has come close to death. And what I mean by that is they've been shot at, they've been shot, they've been close or next to somebody who was being shot, they've been near somebody who was being shot and killed, you know what I mean, murdered. They probably, was behind the murder. All right. And some folks has been in prison, you know what I mean? And I'm just getting to like some people, some folks, that was enough for them. Some folks, that was enough for them. But you have other folks who get locked up, get out, jump right back into the bullshit. You got some who get shot, get out the hospital, jump right back into the bullshit. You know what I mean? Like getting shot one time wasn't enough. So let me go back and get two more. You know what I mean? Or going to prison one time wasn't enough. Let me go ahead and get some more. You know what I mean? Or, some people even they quit and change their lifestyle when they have babies. Again, some of that stuff is enough for them. They get it. Like they when I say they get it, they live for not themselves anymore. They don't live for themselves anymore. They living for their babies. They living for their legacy that they want to leave. And like I said, some folks they get it. But again, you have other folks who's like, nah, I ain't gonna ever quit this shit. This shit is in my blood. You're gonna have to kill me. Mind you, they got babies. They got children. In terms of how active they are in their babies' lives, that's on them. That's on how they choose to move. All right. Cause a lot of them, I ain't included in that shit. I asked one of the youngest the other day, because his whole family gang bang. I asked him, I said, did you ever get quoted? He said, oh, hell nah. I said, why not? He said, oh, that shit's dumb. I'm like, okay, so you the bright one out of the family, you the smart one out of the family, because everybody else, I mean, they couldn't wait to throw up. You know what I mean? They couldn't wait to throw it up. But I'm getting to, some people, enough is enough. All right, some people they get shot one time and that's it. They see their homeboys get killed. That's it. They start to live a different lifestyle. And again, that's some people, but some people also, will get shot and go 10 times harder, go to prison, get out, go 10 times harder. And it's like, At what point, you got kids. At what point do we see it like, okay, I have something else. I have other people. I have something to live for. I got to start making different moves. I'm getting older. I'm gonna just say that some folks get older and decide to start making different moves. Some people don't. You got 50-year-old gangbangers out here that's looking silly as the fuck. All right, still out here trying to gangbang, nigga, with like sit down. You know what I mean? First of all, you know what? I ain't even gonna get into that right now because I said I'm not gonna get disrespectful. All right. But I'm just asking this question because it had came to me, like again, why am I here? I was sitting up here like, man, just thinking out of nowhere, like, again, all this stemmed from me watching y'all social medias and stuff like that. And it stemmed from me just asking a question. Um, if y'all's dead homies, if y'all could speak to them, if y'all's dead homies could speak to y'all right now today, if you could have a conversation with them, what would they say? Would they be proud of how you were living still? Would they expect you to do something differently? Would they expect you to look out for their children that they left behind? I've been asking a question all week, like, what has been something good that has been the product from gangbanging? All right, what has been something good? What has been a result from the product from gangbanging? You know what I mean? That's like I've truly been asking that question because I want to know, it's beyond me that people they have friends that got killed behind this shit and they still going so hard behind the shit that took their friends' lives, that left their friends' kids with no dad. All right. So I've asked a question, like just trying to find out what good has been a result from cripping. All right. So one of the youngest he had tapped in, he said, he's talked about the book that Took wrote, you know what I mean? He talked about the book that Monster Cody had wrote, you know what I mean? You talk about, Snoop and how the Crip walk was all over the Super Bowl and all the other stuff, you know what I mean? But again, Took he first of all, first of all, the Terminator terminated him. All right. You know what I mean? From his crimes that he did when he was cripping. All right. When he was out here in the streets. I mean, he wrote the book after, you know what I mean? But I'm talking about like what got him into prison serving life sentences without no parole. What got him on the death row was his activities from when he was cripping. Same thing with Monster Cody. You know what I mean? So I'm asking, that's they posted these books and they made money from them. But looking at cripping as a whole, that's what is a good result that came from it. You know what I mean? I'm asking that. They talk about Snoop having a great long career. You know what I mean? And he wouldn't be there if it wasn't for cripping. All right. Some folks again, some folks came back down to the lessons of what cripping has taught them, but they're in a position that I don't know what position that they in. You know what I mean? I don't want to speak on their positions, but I'm gonna just say that um they could be doing better. That's what I'm gonna say. They could be doing better. All right. So again, if y'all's dead homies could speak to y'all, are they proud of how y'all still moving? Like if y'all's dead homies could come back to life for a day, for 24 hours, do you think they're going to involve themselves into that culture? Do you think that they're going to be like, oh man, I miss cripping? I'm asking these questions with the seriousness of it all. Like for them to get killed behind this shit, if they were able to come back for 24 hours, for 24 hours, would they dap y'all up? Y'all got homies that's locked up. Y'all don't send them no bread. Y'all don't send them no letters, no pictures, no pictures of y'all hanging out, no pictures of y'all kicking it with their kids. These are y'all's homies that y'all don't look out for. And I'm not just talking. I'm not just talking. I probably send more money to y'all's homies than y'all do. And mind you, I don't send money to all the Crips out there. I'm gonna just put it out there like that. You know what I mean? I fuck with the ones who I know who are trying to do something differently, trying to move differently and move better. That's my number one question. You know, it don't even have to be one of your dead homies. It could be one of your homies that's locked up for life. Would they dap y'all up? That's a real question. That's a real question. I just talked to my brother today. He ain't on none of that shit no more. You know what I mean? Dub ain't on none of that shit no more. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just say it like that. He's seeing how niggas is flaky as the fuck. He should have seen that when he was out here. He should have seen it when he was out here. You know what I mean? So I'm just asking these questions because I mean I'm hoping that these questions will bring up some thought, you know, some life altering changes for you. Because you know, me for one, I would love to see just some type of leadership in Crippin. There's no leadership in Crippin anymore. That's why it is like it is now. You know, you got the little homies, the little ones out here, they ain't listening to nothing that nobody got to say. You know what I mean? And you can't blame them. And you can't blame them. Y'all ain't out here trying to teach them how to run a business. Y'all ain't out here trying to teach them how to manage their financials. Y'all ain't out here trying to do nothing. You know, I've had one of my little cousins tell me, man, so and so just tried to give me a sack. Like trying to recruit me to be on his team right when he had got out of prison. Like that's not enough. Me for one, I got one bid in me. That's it. You couldn't pay me to go on no prison shows 60 days in or whatever the fuck. There was a post that had a dirty mattress. It looked like there could have been blood stains and all kind of other shit on the mattress. You know, piss stains, shit stains, all that kind of shit on the mattress. You know, that's like you sleep here for a night or you go to prison for 2 days. People is really on there talking about they go to prison for 2 days. They go to prison for 2 days. And I'm sitting up here looking at them like, yeah, that sounds like folks who ain't been to prison, who haven't even stepped foot inside of a prison. You know what I mean? For them to say that they'd rather go to prison for 2 days than to sleep on a dirty mattress. Mind you, those little nasty little 4-inch mattresses that they have is no better. Is no better. But I'm coming back. I digress. You know what I mean? I'm coming back to, you know, to March. I'm coming back to the Crips. And I'm just talking about the Crips because that's what I've grew up in. That's what, you know, that's what is in my culture. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about the Bloods, but I'm sure that they got their own issues that is similar to Crips. And I'm sure that they got some of the same shit that they need to be fixing on their end as well. I ain't saying that all the other gangs got it figured out because I'm sure that they don't have it figured out as well. I'm just saying gang culture as a whole, what has been the positive that came from it? what's been so good to the point that niggas don't want to leave that shit alone? I'm just trying to figure that out. You locked up with dudes, a whole lot of dudes. You get out, a whole lot of dudes. That shit suspect. I don't know how y'all do it. I got out. I ain't want to be around no niggas. Just move around, man. Move away from me. Sure, I don't want to be around you niggas. Sure, I don't know how y'all do it. Get out of prison and surround yourself with a whole bunch of more men. That is crazy to me. That is beyond me, actually. But I'm not one to tell people how to move, who to move around with, and none of that. If you want to come from an environment where you were surrounded by men and you loved it, you know what I mean? Love that shit. Where you get out of prison and then you surround yourself in another environment where you're surrounded by men and you love it. That's too much testosterone. Y'all being around all these men for what? You get out from you. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's just me or what, but like I was saying, I got one bid in me and that was it. I got out. I didn't want to be around no dudes. Only dudes I was around was at work. That was it. But again, I ask y'all this question. Let me go ahead and post it. If y'all's dead homies could speak to y'all active ones, y'all who's still out there activated, who's going hard after they had got killed, what would they say to you? Would they dap y'all up still? Would they give y'all the little homie handshake and all that other shit? Would they be happy that y'all ain't dealing with their kids? That y'all ain't looking out for their legacy that they left behind because of them gang banging? What would your dead homie say to you? Because obviously a lot of y'all ain't doing and moving for y'all's kids. And the sad part is we come from an environment, we come from a culture where men are not in the households. Black men are not in the households raising their babies, raising their families. Black men ain't in the households trying to be wives. I mean, trying to be husband to they wives, ain't trying to turn their baby mamas into, wives. Black men is out here having babies and jumping from this relationship to the next relationship, and ain't even relationships. They just in shits, situations. All right, situationships. That's what we're gonna call it. And situationships. That's exactly what we're gonna call it. With no true substance. Notice how I'm not saying anything about the women. All right, because I believe I said it before. I believe that women have the power to end all this gangbanging shit. You know what I mean? Taking note from the book Lestrada. They cut the pussy off. They let them know they wasn't gonna get no pussy if they ain't straighten up. Nigga straightened up. But nah, I mean, some of the women, they love a thugged out nigga. They love a nigga who's gonna beat the shit out of them because they quote unquote love them. We gotta, as black men, we gotta do better. We gotta move better. We gotta care about our babies just a little bit more better. Read to them. That's a start. I mean, we got the internet. You can jump on the computer, type in a revolutionary. My favorite revolutionary is the chairman. You know what I mean? Fred Hampton. Read to them about Fred Hampton. Teach them how Fred Hampton was so militant. Teach them how Fred Hampton was able to speak to the masses and motivate and move the masses from 8 years old to 80 years old. to revolt, to not take the bullshit, not accept the bullshit. We can research all that. All of it. But we have to do better. That's what I'm getting to. So coming back to March Madness, instead of posting free so and so, RIP so and so, happy Trey day, happy Trey Fo day, happy whatever the day is gonna be. Send some bread out to your homies. Send a lesson out to one of these youngins who don't even know what CRIP stands for. Teach them something. Teach them something about money, about credit. Teach them about investments. What are y'all doing at y'all C meetings? So much that could be done that's not being done. But I'm just out here talking to y'all who's immersed in this culture. All right, I don't want no parts of it. You know, Timbit. A lot of folks, they like Phillip, you, and I know, I know, very small patience when it comes to gang banging. I don't want to fight none of them because I will beat them up and they'll come back with a gun. That's why I don't want to fight. I live for my kids. Fighting y'all ain't gonna give me no beneficial, ain't gonna give me no positive, nothing. It's not gonna, it's nothing that's gonna be beneficial for my kids. I'm not gonna argue back and forth. I'm not going back and forth with y'all. I don't have the energy. It's pointless. So, but coming back to it, you tapped into the Macam, top of the top with King Phillip. That's it. I ain't got no more, man. That's it. If every Macam member was just like me, what would this world be? Peace.